It is time for Coffee with Kristin and Tina. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Coffee with Kristin and Tina. We're your hosts this morning. I'm Tina Prigge of Vagabond Creative Studio, and this is Kristin Odell of KLO LLC. Good morning, my friend.
Good morning. Just so you guys know, the dogs are probably going to bark because my babysitter's here.
Oh, all right. We're okay with dogs.
I try my best to skirt around that, but I just can't. I can't
Good
always
morning
do it.
there. You can't skirt around having the babysitter, you mean?
I can't. Well, yes, and I cannot. It looks like you're drinking wine this morning.
It's just water. It's coffee and water with Kristin and Tina.
No, I can't skirt around. Listen, guys, I am a fairly organized person, as you all know, but in the summer things get quite intense, and I just can't always cross all the T's and dot all the I's. So
Good morning, Connor.
this morning, a babysitter will come in the door behind me. The dogs will likely bark, and
Hey, it's all part of this live conversation we're having, right? That's what makes it fun. What I really want to know is, did you eat breakfast this morning?
did not.
Me neither. Do you typically eat breakfast in the morning?
Listen, this is my deal. I'm going to use a phrase that maybe is not the best phrase to discuss breakfast, but I'm a bit bipolar when it comes to this. So either I am not eating breakfast until like noon and I'm kind of in fasting mode and I just accept that I'm going to do that for the day and I just drink coffee and water until lunch. Or it's like we go out for breakfast somewhere amazing, or I make breakfast at home, but then I'll make like sauteed veggies and eggs and toast and like there's not much in between for me. I'm not like a granola bar and go kind of girl.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same. Like I wake up and if I'm not hungry, it's hard to convince myself that I need to eat breakfast.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of times I'll hit noon and it's like, okay, I should finally eat something. Coffee has kept me going. Although other days, like a yogurt or, I don't usually do a granola bar, but some kind of little breakfast snack like that might get me through. But my favorite breakfast is going out for breakfast or having Jason make breakfast.
Yeah.
Eggs, bacon, all of that.
So Doug and I am much more of a I will make you anything you want for breakfast if I get to stay home in my pajamas and drink coffee while I do it. I mean, for those ladies, not put a bra on, let's just speak clearly and honestly here, right? Doug is a little bit more he appreciates the process of getting up and going out for breakfast. Like it's his thing. And so I also try to meet his needs. And like last Saturday, I slept in just a little bit, and then we were going to finally get our patio furniture out of storage. And I know he loves breakfast, so we finished hauling the patio furniture out of storage to here. And then I was like, okay, why don't we go get breakfast, and I'll go with you. And so I just
with a bra or without, Kristin?
Oh, wait. I don't leave home without it. But yeah, we went down to Lates. Sorry, we call it lattes on the lake. So yes, catch myself. We went down to Lates, and because I wasn't super hungry, like you said, I was very much in drinking coffee mode. So I just had, they make the best oatmeal, and you can get blueberries and pecans in it. So I just had a bowl of oatmeal with blueberries and pecans in my coffee, which was really good.
Yeah, that does sound good. Yeah, sometimes for me, like a toasted bagel with cream cheese is what does the trick too. But Jason also really loves going out for breakfast. And so I'm always happy to join him, but I don't always have a breakfast appetite.
Yeah.
I do like to make French toast at home sometimes on a weekend, more of like a brunch.
Right. We do bake French toast also, where if I have leftover hot dog buns or leftover hamburger buns or just something, it really can be anything as long as it's probably not savory. I don't know that would work out well unless I guess you could do it with ham and cheese or something, but you just cut all the bread up and you mix up your French, it's kind of like bread pudding, I guess. And I just throw it in a pan. Sometimes I'll make pumpkin pie filling, the recipe for pumpkin pie, and I put it on the bottom, and then I put the, bread pieces and mix it together and bake it. It's so good and it's very easy.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Hey, Raisa commented, she said, my husband loves going for breakfast too. I usually prefer lunch food over breakfast, so I get a sandwich, etc.
Yeah. Good morning, Raisa. Good morning, Mary. I didn't say that. Connor, good morning, buddy.
Yeah, it seems like breakfast just has to hit at the right time.
Yes. Well, and it just kind of depends. Like I sometimes think, so we went to a graduation party that was a brunch this year. And I looked at Doug and I'm like, I could totally get into this. Like they had all the breakfast meats. They had a crepe wagon.
Oh, good
Uh,
choice.
and then they had, because this is Doug's aunt and uncle in Ohio, they had Chick-fil-A close by. So Chick-fil-A catered like pieces of chicken and biscuits and scrambled eggs. And then they had like fruit skewers and things. So like, and salad, like greens with a yummy vinaigrette on. It was so different and so delicious. And yeah, it was fun.
I do love fruit in the morning. Like fruit for breakfast is something I can usually do. And even if if I know I have to have some kind of fuel, I'll just make like a fruit smoothie. Like I'll put some bananas and some frozen blueberries and a little milk and honey and blend that up. And
Mhm.
it gives me a good little base to kind of keep going
Yeah.
without feeling like I've eaten breakfast, you know?
Right. Right. I do that with Greek yogurt a lot. I'll do Greek yogurt with fruit, and then sometimes I have like a keto granola here that has like a bunch of seeds and oats in it. And yeah, it's a little something, but it's not like the
Yeah.
all out breakfast.
Yeah, it breaks the fast of not eating overnight. But yeah, so viewers, tell us what your favorite breakfasts are. Tell us where you're eating these breakfasts. Once upon a time, Jason made this amazing version of French toast where he actually took a loaf of French bread and then kind of hollowed out a little bit of the middle and put a banana in and then sliced it. So you had these slices of French bread with banana in the middle, and then he dipped it in the egg and all of that and fried it up like French toast.
Mm.
That was delightful.
Yeah, that's almost like a little bit of Bananas Foster or kind of that neighborhood. That sounds awesome.
In my mind, does Bananas Foster get lit on fire, or am I making
Yes.
that up?
No, I think it does. It definitely, I don't know if it gets lit on fire. Like Cherry Jubilee definitely gets lit on fire. I think Bananas Foster does too, because there's typically like spiced rum in there. But Bananas Foster is sauteed bananas with like brown sugar and cinnamon, and then you pour it over something, typically ice cream, but I mean, like, why not? It could be pancakes or
It sounds
waffles.
amazing. That sounds amazing on ice cream, on pancakes, on
Yes,
wow,
on
yeah.
all the things.
Yes.
Um,
Bananas Foster everywhere.
on everything. So you were talking about different kinds of French toast. So we went out to Whispering Orchards
Oh, I
with my
love that
mom and
place.
dad last Friday, and I'm so mad at myself because I didn't send you a picture of my parents. But listen, my parents were married 43 years on June 23rd.
What?
Yeah. So we treated them out for breakfast at Whispering Orchards to just celebrate a little bit. And so first of all, my mom and I both had, and my dad, we had this strawberry rhubarb French toast, which was strawberry rhubarb bread, French toasted, meaning dipped in eggs and cinnamon and probably heavy cream, and then pan fried or griddle fried. It was so good. So good.
The thing about Whispering Orchards is everything is so good because it's coming right from the farm. It's homemade. Oh, that sounds just delightful.
Right. And I mean, like when you eat scrambled eggs there, because like every meal comes with like, you get French toast. I get 2 huge pieces of French toast and eggs and bacon and a piece of their homemade bread, which I have now said to them, please just put the slice of bread in a to-go container because I will enjoy it at home. I cannot possibly eat it on top of everything else. But yeah, the eggs are so yellow and golden, like you can tell, like there's a good quality to the yolks that are coming from those chickens. And
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, those hens are laying some delicious eggs.
yeah,
And the apple cider out at Whispering Orchards is
yeah, honey,
yeah.
apples, like the whole thing is good. Here's the other thing. You were showing some of these pictures, so I just want
Yes.
to go back to this. So the other thing about Whispering Orchards, if you guys don't know, this is just south of Manitowoc. I would probably say Cleveland area. I think it's on double M if I'm remembering correctly.
And you know how to remember that? It's good.
So we take LS to MM because I love the drive along the lake. But they have farm animals there, so you can feed. They have goats. They have an alpaca. Look at this goat. This is Olive the goat. She's new to the farm. We got the whole scoop. She apparently was living outside the fence this particular day and knew that food comes out of this thing, and she would sit there and like push the girls over so that when they were getting the food out of it, she had her snout literally up that little hole where the food comes out. And the girls ended up having to kind of work as a team to say like, okay, I'm going to block Olive over here, and then I will get my food over here. And they were helping each other team up against Sweet Olive. So.
And this must be the alpaca you mentioned?
Yeah. So cute, right? And then do you have a picture? Yeah. There's a picture of my mom.
I thought I did, but I don't see it uploaded.
Okay.
I see this one, but.
So Olive was like nibbling on my mom's purse. It was the most hilarious thing ever. And like came up to us like a dog would come up to us. It was like the cutest thing. And so we just really, really enjoyed our time there. And it was really fun.
It is such a cool place to go. And you're right, because there's usually a wait because it's so good. And to be able to experience the animals, and there's rabbits. Previously there was an emu. Do you know if the emu is still there?
The emu is there. They have a bull with like, maybe not bull. It's probably like a Scottish Highland beef, like with big horns. And yeah, so let's talk about a couple of these because I'm seeing some yummy recommendations. So my Aunt Cindy's on this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay.
The Lighthouse Inn.
Yeah. Salmon cakes with dill hollandaise sauce. Very good. My Uncle Peanut loves French toast there. So there's a good spot. And also beautiful view of Lake Michigan, right? I saw Dolly's Cafe has good eggs Benedict.
I love breakfast at Dolly's. That's a wonderful place for breakfast.
Okay. I have been to the Rusty Tractor and I totally agree. It is amazing. Very, very good.
Can we just say this out loud? Cherry pie French toast. Oh my God.
I know.
Cherries, pieces of crust, whipped topping, all on top of French toast. Wow.
How could that possibly? I mean, unless you don't like cherries, but I'm pretty sure they have other options too. But very, very good. And then
she also mentioned Bricks in Manitowoc. So does that mean Bricks has brunch? I didn't know that.
They must have brunch, which I love that. I can't see. Oh, here. It says, last Sunday at Bricks in Manitowoc, looks like her husband had French toast with banana Foster topping. Aha.
Cool. Well, very cool. Bricks. And so, Kay, was there fire involved with the bananas Foster?
Yeah. Do you know? Maybe you don't. Maybe it was done in the kitchen. Who knows? We've also had brunch at Courthouse Pub. And it was really wonderful. Like, I think Doug and I we couldn't decide because there were two really good choices. So we're like, okay, we're going to get both and we're just going to share because they look so good.
Nice.
The other place that kind of comes to mind, and just because it's like has so many choices, is I met a client for a coaching meeting this week at Four Seasons for breakfast. We met at like 8:00 in the morning. And I had like the most delicious veggie omelet just shoved with all these kinds of veggies and then ham. I know it's not a veggie omelet with ham, but I'm saying veggie omelet with ham. It's easier than saying ham with all the veggies. And fresh fruit and just like really good, consistent food.
Yeah. I've never been disappointed by breakfast there. It's true.
Yeah. And you like, if you order something, then it says 3 eggs, you get 4 eggs. And if you order something that says 2 eggs, you get 3 eggs. So Doug made the mistake. This is like a couple months ago. He ordered 4 eggs over easy because he's a protein guy and he loves eggs. And he got 5 eggs.
Did he eat them all?
He ate it all, but he was stuffed.
I bet. You know, I like my eggs over easy too. I love to dip my toast and my, if there's like potatoes or anything, I love them in the kind of runny egg yolk.
Yeah. I eat all kinds of eggs, hard-boiled eggs, all the different things. But I do enjoy like leftover mashed potatoes, like pan-seared, like kind of like a potato pancake, but leftover mashed potatoes with a runny egg over the top.
Oh, yeah, that sounds great too. Oh, and Patty, yes, great suggestion. Potato pancakes at Susie's Cafe. They're amazing. They're huge and tasty. Homemade waffles with homemade strawberry rhubarb jam with fresh berries. Okay, Vicki, we should come over for breakfast, Kristin and I, and do a show from your house.
My mom so she just made the strawberry rhubarb jam we talked about on the show my mom made. It's awesome. Let me just start out by saying that. And, my mom she has 2 pancake recipes that cross over as probably waffle recipes. But the girls always say grandma's pancakes are fluffy.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Way to go, Grandma. Kay said there's no fire at the tableside at Bricks, but her adult daughters love the Mimosa Tower, and they went there at 11:30ish on Sunday, and the menu was all breakfast items. Great to know.
Nice.
It looks like everyone's going to Vicky's for breakfast.
My mom is Vicky, by the way. My mom also has the best recipe for pumpkin pancakes, and then she has like a spiced rum icing that goes on those pancakes. It has Captain Morgan cooked into it.
Wow.
It is for real.
Wow. So, that's awfully heavy. And I haven't had breakfast yet this morning. And while it all sounds good, I'm just not ready to tuck into anything that hearty yet.
No, I could definitely do something right now.
And it's funny because there are some mornings where I wake up and I'm just like ravenous. I'm like, where's the half cow that I want to eat right now?
Sometimes I think that is like a product of what I ate the night before.
Oh.
Right. And I think usually it's carb related. So if I've eaten a bunch of crap the night before, or we eat dinner just late, even though we eat good dinner, like it's later in the evening, I find that like in the morning I wake up and my body's still like charged from that. Where like last night I ate dinner with the girls at like 6. I made homemade chicken soup and we had fresh fruit and just like all this stuff. And then like I woke up this morning feeling great. So.
Interesting. Yeah, there probably is something to that, right?
Right. Since Connor is on, I have a question for him.
Ooh, ask.
So we were at the public library yesterday and we went by the river and there was like a major rock operation floating in the river yesterday. So it was like what appeared to be 3 tugboats and 2 barges. One very large barge was just full of beautiful large rock. And then like another barge had a crane and some other heavy marine looking equipment on it. And I'm wondering if he has the scoop.
Ooh, yeah. Connor, tell us more if you know. I think that I saw the St. Mary's Conquest pushed by the Brad McGee going upriver.
Yes.
But I didn't see all of that. So yeah, Connor, tell us more.
I love that you're on a naming basis with the tugboats.
I learned that from Connor, actually.
Yeah, that is near and dear to my heart because my dad knows all of them and knows the ships and knows like the St. Mary's Conquest is gray, which means it's hauling cement versus like this one is red. So it's, could be hauling iron and like he knows those things. Now, I think that maybe is more traditional. A lot of these ships get used for different things, but
I didn't know the color indicated something. That's interesting.
Yes. So
cool. Yeah. I love the fact that we've got a working harbor, and it's a whole different life for the guys that are on those boats.
Right.
It's fascinating.
Yep. Yeah. They were kind of tied up right just inside the river there, basically still east of even the wharf. And, we were pulling out of the library at like 4:30 last night. And I was like, whoop, we're going to go on the car ferry drive. We're going to go down that road. What is it? Franklin Street? It's not called Franklin Street the other way, is it?
So the car ferry is on Quay Street?
Yeah. Yes. So we headed down that way just to go check it out.
Yeah. Nice.
It was.
Wow. Very cool. Hey, Mary said, we were talking about the library and we're just talking about where the car ferry is located, which is by the library. And for 4th of July, she's going to participate in painting the library windows red, white, and blue, which is something she's always wanted to do, finally doing it. Mary, I love that you set a goal and you go for it. It's really cool that you're constantly striving and reaching and achieving. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm. And I think I should look it up really quick while we're on the show. I think you can maybe still register for painting the windows. So this is like a community activity they do every year for the 4th of July, and they paint like all the little window panes of the library along East Street.
Yeah, it's so fun and it's so festive. And yeah, if you guys are thinking about 4th of July, 4th on the shore, there is activity and live music and a parade happening all day long, fireworks all throughout like downtown Manitowoc and along the lakeshore.
Right. So we want to see your pictures from 4th of July too. Send them to Coolest Coast. Let's see how you celebrated the 4th of July.
Yeah. Yeah. Your great sparkler pictures, all of that.
So Tina, last
Yes.
week we talked about pens, and I was just so inspired by our conversation. Yeah.
Nice.
I know. Maybe the other picture shows the colors better. You can decide. But I just got online and I'm like, that's it. I'm getting new pens for work.
Do they write the colors that they are?
They totally do. Can you put that
Oh,
image up one more time?
yeah.
All these different colors, all these different shades. It makes me so happy. Like I've been using them. They do write nice.
Is
They
it like a roller ball or ballpoint?
have they're like gel pen, quick drying gel pens.
Ooh.
Can you see?
Too bad you can't write on the screen. That'd be kind of cool.
I know. Here's the brand in case you want to go look at them on Amazon. Arteza.
And a 0.7.
But
Nice.
very fun. And I love it because, as I mentioned, when I'm doing coaching with clients, I always take notes and like deliverables, what the client's going to work on the next time. And so I can do them in different colors and it's so much fun.
I love how organized you are. I love office supplies for that exact same reason.
Yes.
Hey, Kay just commented. So they're from Kiel, but they spent all day in Manitowoc last Sunday, and it doesn't show us the whole comment. So I'm gonna take it off screen, but I'm gonna read it.
Mm-hmm.
It says, we spent all day in Manitowoc last Sunday, and it was wonderful. Manitowoc has so much to offer, and it's right in our backyard. Great breweries, restaurants, lakefront, and of course, ice cream. Love to see the continued growth and seeing it shine. So happy to hear that, Kay.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there's more people walking around downtown and, just taking in everything that's down there. And we took advantage of local ice cream yesterday. We went to the Big Cow yesterday afternoon.
Nice. Was it crowded?
It was busy, but not like too bad. We didn't really have to like wait very long. But
I thought the same thing though, Kay, when I rode into town this morning. I just thought it is so incredibly beautiful. It was foggy out by the lake, but then like the submarine just seemed to be kind of gleaming in the river, and there were colorful banners, and the wharf it was just so beautiful.
Yes, I agree, Jason. Manitowoc County does rock.
It does. And there was what's it called? Night Market 920 was last week, and it was just so fun to be out. And we ran into Chris Cornelli, and she let me take this beautiful photo of her. And I don't know if you guys remember, but a couple of weeks ago we had an image of a clothespin bag. It was like a kind of a antique piece, and it said Cornelli Deli. And I asked Chris, was that your family's dairy?
Deli. You have food on the brain now?
I do. Yeah, it said Cornelli Dairy. And she said, yep, that was her family's dairy. So that was pretty cool.
That's such a cool connection. And can I just say, like, how stunning Chris is? I don't know how old she is. I'm not going to call her out. But she's in great shape. And she looks so hip. Like, I want to be Chris when I grow up.
Yes, yeah, totally. Because here's another picture that Chris shared with me. This is her and her sister. They are just rocking the tilt-a-whirl, having so much fun, embracing adventure and just the thrill of life. That is inspiring.
Yeah, they traveled down south somewhere together. This was like a month or two ago, and just had a blast. And I love her carefree. Like, she is all about the fun. My kids absolutely adore her. And yeah, I want to be Chris when I grow up.
This is the We Love Chris show.
Let's see. What did Kay say about pens? I'm super curious. Careful. Some gel pens won't allow you to make copies. I used it once on an order form and then tried to make a copy and turn it into school, and the paper was blank.
What?
Wait a second. I can try this right now live on the show. I'm going to grab a Post-it note.
Okay.
And I'm going to write with my blue pen. I got to pick the tip off because they're still new.
I love that you never know what's going to happen on this show. We could not have planned this.
Okay. I have written, I love Coolest Coast on my paper. Make sure it's dry. Okay. Let's see. Wake up, copier. You got to do some work here. Okay. It's firing up. Stay tuned.
Kristin is testing out this comment that some gel pens won't allow you to make copies. because she's super excited about this batch of new pens. Okay, what's the result?
Here's the Post-it. It's coming out right now. What do you think it's going to
Willy
be?
Wonka or something.
What do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be on there?
Oh!
It's happy. But hey, this is a good tip, Kate, because who would know? Who would know otherwise?
Right. So maybe it has something to do with the copier, with the paper that it's written on. There could be some other factors, but that is important to consider that.
It'd be, I especially wonder with like metallic, if the light would reflect off of it or something. I might also like, I have like, this is maybe pretty light, so I might have to be careful with those, but.
Love it. Love it. Hey, speaking of the coolest coast and exploring it, Jason and I, kind of like Mary, kind of like Chris, we have embraced a new adventure. We set a goal and we went for it and we are doing it. So when I said I rode into the office this morning, we took the motorcycle class, we got our licenses, and now we have our own motorcycles to cruise around and explore the coolest coast with. It's amazing.
Tell me how exhilarating that was.
It is so exhilarating. First of all, just having any kind of adventure and exploring around really makes us tick, right? But to be able to do it with the person I love makes it even better. And then to set this goal, like, okay, we want to do this, but now we have to learn how, we have to pass the tests. Just to pass the test was so thrilling. And then, to get the bikes and then to ride it for the first time. And now to just like cruise down into the office, it's a totally different experience.
Mm-hmm. Was it a weird thing to like purchase a bike and then be like, they're letting me leave the parking lot with this bike?
I said, can we just ride around the parking lot for a while? They're like, as long as you need, as long as you need. And we've been looking at bikes probably for a year. Like we've been planning on this.
Yeah.
And we've been looking at used bikes and, different brands and different, like we went down to Milwaukee and looked at bikes, but we finally settled on Harbortown Harley Davidson here in Manitowoc. These guys were amazing. They took such good care of us. They really made us feel comfortable, even though we don't really fit like the biker mold or anything, like they didn't make us feel uncomfortable or like out of our element.
Yeah, I can tell you that Doug has gone down to that store and has also contemplated getting his license. I think this was very inspiring for him.
Oh.
He saw your pictures online and he's like, has Tina sent this to you for the show? Are you going to talk about this? He was very excited for you. And I think it lit a little fire in him again. Again, how cool is it that we have this amazing Harley Davidson dealer right here in our community? And they don't just do motorcycles. They do, 4x4s and ATVs and I think golf
snowmobiles,
carts, snowmobiles. Yeah, they have all this stuff. They have gear. Like, it's really, really cool that we have that. And we have such awesome people here that are supportive. Like I giggled when I saw the picture of you with your cute little like hat on. And it's like Tina transcends the space from her cute little red hat to like biker babe.
This is the moment that we found out that we passed the motorcycle test. And we were freaking out. I was so nervous. I'm always nervous when I know like I'm being judged. And I knew that we couldn't take the next step. We couldn't buy the bikes. We couldn't start riding around if we didn't pass that test.
Yes.
And I almost thought like, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to be like riding through the curve and just like throw up from nerves. But I didn't. And it all went well. But you can just see the looks on our faces. We're just like freaking out that we did it.
I know. Jason looks like he's seeing the world through rose-colored glasses in that picture.
They do look rose-colored.
Jason, do you have rose-colored glasses on all the time?
And then one of the first places we rode was Neshoto Beach. It just was incredible.
Yeah. How did you pick your color of your bike?
I actually just let Jason pick them out.
What?
I know. I didn't have a license, so I couldn't test drive it, so he's really good at that. He's so good at taking care of me.
Oh my gosh.
I know. But so if Doug has any questions, we're happy to talk to him about it. And I guess I'm just talking about it with you guys this morning because if you have a goal, chase it down, go for it. Life is too short. Life is really too short.
Well, I am so happy for you guys. Like, I can't wait to hear about your adventures and all the things you'll get to see from that point of view.
Thanks. It's funny in the class, they always talk about like, okay, if there's animals at the side of the road or in the road, this is what you should do. I'm like, how often does that happen? Well, just riding in this morning, there were 2 cats and a rabbit. I was like, oh, good thing.
Wait, so what do you do if there is an animal in the road?
You're supposed to honk your horn. You're supposed to slow down. If there's a deer or like a large animal, you're supposed to stop. But if there's like a dog, for example, dogs like to chase motorcycles, you're supposed to kind of slow down as you approach and then speed up and go away.
Then gun it.
Then gun it.
Do you have chaps, Tina?
Not yet.
Not yet. I love how you say that. Not yet. When you get chaps, we need a picture on the show.
Okay, it's a deal. If and when I ever get chaps, I will show the world.
And I think I saw a picture of you in a leather jacket.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. My mom had this leather jacket and she gave it to me a couple of years ago and it's been in my closet. I haven't known exactly what to do with it. And now I know. Now I know why she bequeathed it to me.
It was waiting for this moment in time.
Yeah, I was waiting for the bike. So, okay, before we wrap up, you guys, Kristin, you shared a quote. There's an exhibit at the library currently, at the Manitoba Public Library, and it is called Away from Home. And it is a really important exhibit. I strongly encourage everybody to stop by and take a look. I was literally weeping by like the second thing that I read, and you shared this quote that's really inspiring.
Yes.
You want to read it?
Yes, we spent some time looking at the exhibit yesterday, and I agree with Tina. I think you've got to go check it out. But it says, everyone's behavior or story affects everyone else. I think of each generation in a spiral standing together for healing, and maybe that's what it comes to. What each of us does makes a way forward and backwards. We each need to be able to tell our stories and have them honored. And you can see that's from Joy Harrow, a poet, and that was published in a Smithsonian magazine. And I believe my understanding of that photo is there's the creation story, the Native American creation story revolves around a turtle and birds and geese. So that is the image that you see there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that.
I love the concept of like, there's so much divisiveness going on, especially this week with some legislation changes. And I just think about like, we can have a yes and statement and we can come together. And I read that yesterday. I'm like, this is just a beautiful message of like, yeah, we have to stand together.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, on that note, thank you so much for watching Coffee with Kristin and Tina this morning. We really enjoyed having this conversation with you. Kristin, it is always great to have a conversation with you. I hope everyone has an awesome week and we will see you next time on Coffee with Kristin and Tina.
Have a great day, guys.